The clock struck midnight, its chimes echoes softly through the silent halls of the Joan estate. One moved carefully down the corridor, a pile of freshly ironed silk sheets in her arms. Dressed up in her maid's uniform, she stopped before the Jones' room. She had done this countless times before, slipping into his rooms unnoticed to replace the bedding while he worked or rested. Tonight should be no different. But as she opened the door, the sight waiting for her sent a jolt of unease through her chest. Jungkook stood by the window, his black shirt slightly unbuttoned, sleeves rolled up to reveal in forearms. The golden glow from the bedside lamp cast sharp shadows across his face, his gaze fixed on her the moment she entered. Zeke, you're late, he said, his voice low, steady, as if he had been waiting for her all along. Why, I didn't think you'd notice. Zeke closed the door. Her fingers tightened on the sheets as she nudged the door shut behind her, her pulse quickening. Something about his tone tonight felt different. She got a bad vibe. Wine. Is there something you need, sir? She asked, keeping her eyes on the task at hand as she moved toward the bed. Zeke, yes, I need you to come with me. Wine, come with you? Where? Zeke, abroad. A business trip. It will be a few days. He placed his wine glass away. Wine, abroad? Me? I don't think that's a good idea. How can I just go abroad like this? Zeke, why not? He walked up to her, wine dropped whatever she was doing, and focused on the closing distance between them. Wine, if you need a maid for your personal work, I believe there are others well suited for the task. I cannot leave the country like this. There was no way she was going to an unknown place without a safe return. Zeke, I don't want them. I want you. And it's beyond my understanding what made you think someone else is more suited to be with me than you. He placed his hands on either side of her, trapping her right there. She balled her fist, not backing away. It was the frustration of all these days, weeks, no, months, or maybe years. Why was he so obsessed with her? Did he know how hard it was for her to avoid him? Why would he always make things hard for her? Why did he want her all attention all to himself? He was always looking for chances to have her around him, to keep her to himself. Did he think she was naive and didn't understand what was going on? Fine, then. Can I say it like this? I don't want to go with you. Jungkook placed a hand on her jaw. His eyes were filled with shadows. She could tell that feeling. Jake, that stings a little. JK, however, whatever you say, it's not going to stop me. It never did before. Why? Why do you not understand, Jungkook? I'm not someone for you. You're young. You can have any beautiful lady out there for your status, not an oldie maid. JK, what will I do with a lady my age when I clearly want you? He locked his hand in her hair, forcing an eye contact yet, staying gentle with her. JK, that's the problem here, Ryan. You care about society above everything. Or do you care about me? Do you think something so stupid is going to damage my reputation? People, do you think I care about what they think about me or these so called opinions? JK, I want you, and I will have you. Her heart raced as his thumb brushed against her jawline. Ryan, Jungkook, this isn't right. You know it isn't. JK, and yet, here we are. You're still standing here, still looking at me like you want me as much as I want you. Her defenses crumbled with every word, every touch. She hated how right he was. JK, come with me, not as my maid, wine. Just come with me. Be mine. The vulnerability in his words made her chest tighten, the weight of his gaze holding her in place. Wine, you're impossible. She whispered, shaking her head. Jungkook's eyes filled up with the kind of glint he had been waiting for so long. It was a yes. It had to be a yes. JK, you're mine. There's no way out. He replied, his hand moving to rest on her waist, pulling her closer. Her breath hitched as his lip hovered above her, the space between them almost non existent. The tension in the room was unbearable, and when his mouth finally captured hers, it was like a dam breaking. The kiss was slow and consuming, his grip on her tightening as if he was afraid she'd slip away. When he pulled back, his forehead rested against hers, his breath warm against her skin. Ryan, seriously? Why would you even go for someone 3 years older than you? JK, what's wrong with that lady? All people are hotter. He smirked, biting her jaw, earning a gasp from her. Ryan, move. I have work to do. She pushed him and started to fix the sheets around the bed. Jungkook instead grabbed her wrist and pushed her down on the bed hovering above her, stealing every breath away off her lungs. JK, work? You know how much I waited for you to accept me, partially because I needed you to stop all this tiresome work. Ryan, that's my job. JK, your job is to own these things instead of working for them. You had a problem with me accepting a maid, so don't be one anymore. Be my lady, let me spoil you. JK, what did they say? If you want to see a man's world, look at his lady. Wine, you just came up with that. She muttered, having a little hard time to accept such a huge change in her life. It felt like a cheat code she didn't apply for. JK, I make my rules, darling. Wine, so you don't want me to come abroad with you anymore. You clearly needed a maid. Jungkook chuckled. He chuckled. Wine has never seen that before. JK, innocent. Why would I need a maid there? They have their own workers to provide. I'm not going to live in a desert. She huffed, pushing him on the chest again, but that tip didn't work on anymore. He simply leaned down and kissed her again, to which she replied. This time it was filled with a lot of emotions, all the way he did to have her. All of her insecurities disappearing in thin air just like that. That's all she needed, and in that moment, she was complete.